Imagine explaining this sentence to your grandparents. French police are investigating whether someone tampered with a weather station at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris to win money on a prediction market. Not hacked a bank, not robbed a casino. Possibly interfered with a thermometer, because apparently we have reached the stage of capitalism, where even the weather is now a casino table. Welcome to the prediction market craze, where people do not just argue about the future anymore. They bet on it, refresh the odds every 12 seconds, and call it information discovery. The idea sounds brilliant at first. Instead of asking pundits, pollsters, or your uncle who has been wrong about every election since 1992, you ask the market. People put real money behind their beliefs. The price moves. The crowd reveals what it really thinks. Prediction markets are not new. The modern academic version goes back decades, including the Iowa electronic markets, launched in 1988 to test whether small real money markets could forecast elections. And to be fair, sometimes they work surprisingly well. The theory was elegant. When people have money on the line, they stop saying what they hope will happen and start betting on what they believe will happen. Beautiful, rational, elegant. Then the internet showed up and said, what if we added crypto wallets, political tribalism, celebrity gossip, push notifications, and the emotional stability of a slot machine? And suddenly, a clever academic forecasting experiment became a place where someone can lose grocery money on whether a cabinet secretary resigns before Labor Day. The big promise is that prediction markets are better than experts, better than polls, better than media narratives, better than vibes. But that is only partly true. Prediction markets can be useful when there is enough liquidity, enough informed trading, clear rules, honest participants, good enforcement, and no major manipulation. Notice how many conditions that requires. That is not a crystal ball. That is a crystal ball with compliance paperwork. The false premise is not that prediction markets are useless. They are not useless. The false premise is that money automatically makes predictions better. Money does not magically create truth. Money creates incentives. Sometimes incentives reveal information. Sometimes incentives reveal that someone has a hairdryer near an airport thermometer. That Paris weather story is funny because it sounds fake. It has everything: a major airport, a weather station, suspicious temperature spikes, online bettors, police, and the possibility that someone looked at a national forecasting system and thought, I can beat this with a household appliance. Prediction markets promised us the wisdom of crowds. Instead, we got Mission Impossible, barometric pressure protocol. Defenders will say, this is not gambling. These are event contracts. That is adorable. A casino could call blackjack short-duration card probability exposure. But eventually, sir, you are still down $200 and explaining variance to your spouse. You did not gamble on the weather. You took a position on meteorological outcome risk. You are not addicted. You are simply engaging in high-frequency civic epistemology. Sure, and I am not eating chips at 1 in the morning. I am participating in sodium-backed crunch futures. The line between investing speculation and gambling has always been blurry. But prediction markets do not just blur the line. They wrap the line in fintech branding and let people trade it from their phones. For some users, the experience is not civic discovery. It is open app, see odds move, feel genius, deposit more money, lose money, chase losses, repeat. That is not the marketplace of ideas. That is a slot machine wearing a Patagonia vest. And then there is the darker side. Prediction markets are no longer just about elections, weather, or entertainment. People have been betting on military action, diplomatic events, and geopolitical crises. Recent reports and charges have raised concerns about people allegedly using classified or sensitive information to profit from prediction markets. That is not wisdom of the crowd. That is secrets of the state, now available in convenient tradable form. This exposes the contradiction. Prediction markets want informed traders because informed traders make prices more accurate. But what happens when the most informed trader is someone with classified military knowledge, a corporate merger memo, diplomatic access, or a friend inside a weather agency? At that point, the market may become more accurate for the worst possible reason. It is not forecasting anymore. It is monetized leakage. To be fair, prediction markets can do some good. They can aggregate information. They can challenge lazy punditry. They can expose when public narratives differ from actual expectations. But the current craze is not mostly about sober institutional forecasting. It is about turning every uncertainty in life into a tradable object. Election, market, weather, market, war. Market celebrity scandal. Market recession. Market your emotional stability. Also market. The hot take is this. Prediction markets are not the future of truth. They are the future of monetized overconfidence. They are useful in narrow, carefully regulated contexts, but the current hype pretends that a gambling-shaped product becomes noble when you put a probability chart on top of it. It does not. A betting app with better vocabulary is still a betting app. A casino with footnotes is still a casino. So yes, prediction markets are fascinating. They are clever. They are sometimes informative. And they are probably here to stay. But let us retire the mythology. This is not humanity finally learning how to predict the future. This is humanity looking at uncertainty, politics, war, weather, money, and gossip, and asking one very modern question. What if we made all of it addictive?